everyone, Ivy Lee Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, I'm going to talk a bit about inspirations and the soul imprints. There's a reason I have inspirations on Rose, and it's not just because I think she's great. So in this video, I'm going to talk about, my explanation of soul imprints. But before I get into that, let me just quickly mention today's video is sponsored by Dragonheir Silent Gods. Brand new seasons, brand new game, we're on to season 2, and Rose is one of those people, coincidentally. But yeah, new characters, new synergies, new elemental alignments, new areas to explore, and it's been a lot of fun so far. If you haven't already downloaded Dragonheir, you can do so via Android, iOS, Mac, PC, Steam, or Epic Games. But yeah, this video is a highlight from a live stream recently. It's a little bit older one actually, so I have since bought a couple of the artifacts I talk about. But I get asked a lot, like, why do you have inspiration on Rose? Or you have so many inspirations. It must be nice to have that many imprints or artifacts. And I'm like, well, no, there's a plan. So this little recording is me talking about why. Why do I throw 2 inspirations on Rose, who's someone who doesn't need her inspirations, and her inspirations aren't good? Oh, and by the way, I do keep calling imprints inspirations a couple times when I'm talking about if you have extra soul imprints, but sometimes I say inspirations by mistake. But yeah, I'm talking about getting duplicates of legendary heroes in this video, and there's a really big trick that a lot of people just don't seem to realize exists regarding inspiration specifically. But just to be very clear, so I don't have any questions later, when it comes to artifacts, once you purchase an artifact using a soul imprint, you can never refund it. You cannot get your soul imprint back from purchasing an artifact. But all right, I'm going to let this little conversation roll and hope it helps some people maybe get some ideas to do the same if you're lucky enough and you get a bunch of dupes because you pulled a lot on a specific banner like I did for season 2. So people keep asking me, why do you have Rose inspired? Or they talk about, oh, your account's full of inspirations. But really, it's just distorted. But I have Rose inspired, number 1, because you can reset them for 1. Resetting the inspirations, boom, you get the souls back. So I'm actually using these as holders to in the future buy artifacts. There's 2 things I want to get. Number 1, if I pull Filto, I want to get the, is it a staff? What's it called? I'll have to go look at what it's called. I'll look afterward. I forgot what it's called. And then I want to get, the second one is my backup for if I pull a dupe Flora, and I want to get Flora's artifact, you need 2 souls to get an artifact. You need the soul of the dupe exclusive, and you need 1 generic anyone else. So that's why I have 2 souls on, or 2 inspirations on my Rose. So it's not because, oh my god, she needs them, but I will show you what they all do. But it's because she's my placeholder, and I literally do use her everywhere. So this added stats, every inspiration gives this plus 8% stats, which is really cool. Her inspiration 1, when taking damage equal to 20% of the hero's max HP, has a 50% chance of dispelling 1 debuff on the hero. This skill only takes effect once during a period. A chance to dispel a debuff, cool. I mean, it's not like a game changer by any means, but in some cases it might be, with the difference in her surviving or not. But in most cases, Rose is not getting hit. You know, she's in the back. She's one of the supports. She's just on the side. The tank and someone else are taking the big hits from the bosses. In Arena, this might be a lifesaver though, which I do use her in Arena. Her inspiration 2, which I also have on her now, when granting a buff, there's a 70% chance of extending its duration by 30%. Now, I thought this was a weird one for Rose because she is more about debuffs than she is about buffs. The only buff she gains is Enlightenment up for herself. I kind of wish that this inspiration was extending the duration of a debuff. That would be really cool if we could extend the recharging speed penalty or the attack penalty, right? So the inspiration 2 is a little bit weird for me. I don't even remember what the rest of her inspirations are. Plus 60 Enlightenment, which is what her kit scales off of. Defense, plus 30. That's a lot of survivability. And then her inspiration 5 is buffs granted with the battle skill cannot be dispelled. So this Enlightenment up buff that she gives herself cannot be dispelled. Which, I mean, it's going to be pretty impactful for her damage, which her damage is not great. But it could be more so impactful for the healing, I guess. But it's a weird kit of inspirations. If you have a Rose and you have a bunch of dupes, I would not inspire her. I don't think she's the best candidate for inspirations. But because I want to hold on to those inspirations of her, or not of her, for other purposes, why not put them on somebody, right? That's kind of what my motto has been so far, is because you can get them back, you might as well throw them on someone if you have future plans. So I'll show you guys my future plans that we were talking about. Here. So inspiration number 1 on Rose is the backup for this. If I get a dupe Flora, I need someone else to throw in there too. So that's that plan. Then, if I get a Game Changer Rally Hero, aka Filto, I want to get Flute of the King. The King, this one. The ultimate skill gains up 25% damage bonus each time the wearer successfully casts Rally. And yeah, I feel like I think that's the crazy one. Got crit rate added into it. But that's what my Rose inspirations are really for. Not because she's amazing and needs inspirations, but because I have a backup plan. But if you're gonna do that, if you have a backup plan for some of your inspirations, you might as well put them on some heroes if you're not ready. Like, to be, for example, like I'm gonna buy the artifact for my wild team, damage-wise, as well. But I don't know which one I'm gonna buy. Flame Tongue or the Ring. I feel like I see the Ring on more people. So that's another debate. I have one here from getting a dupe Holdork. So that is now gonna be purchased sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, Burn doesn't seem strong enough to where I would choose Burn over Wild. I feel like I'd want to make my Flora team better. So I think I'm going to do whatever makes like Tunnelnon or Erich have the most damage. I've just got to kind of analyze that one a little bit more. But yep, there's my spiel on inspirations and artifacts. And if you haven't already, be sure to download Dragonheir Silent Guides now using the link in the description or the pinned comment. It's available on Android, iOS, Mac, PC, Steam, and Epic Games.